Hello guys and girls, welcome back. It's Big John here. The at's at the bottom of the screen if you'd like to listen to my music. So is all the relevant information. You'll all find that in the comment section below pinned, and you'll also find it in the description. So today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you about the wave strategy. Now this is what I always talk about when I say people in the groups, they should always add a little bit of seasoning to whatever I throw out there. So this is from our Black Mer in the Pip Hunter group. He's in the Let's Get Wavy group, which is the group that shows setups every day with the wave strategy, and they're doing amazing with it. And this is what he's found out. Let's head straight over to the charts and I'm going to give you a little tour. So right, as you can see what I've got on my chart at the moment, I have my auto trend channel. I also have my zigzag. I've got my Asian session range. I've got my Pip Hunter momentum extreme. I've got a MACD here and I've got the bacd here. Okay, so let's go over the confluences for this strategy. So what we want to see is we want to see first if price is at the top or the bottom of the auto trend. We want to see a MACD crossover. We want to see a star. Then we want to see the bacd crossover here as it can turn from red to green, from green to red. And then we want to see price close above or below the purple 14 moving average. That's here. As you can see here, we had a good entry for a trade right here when we had our last confluence crossover here, which was the bacd from Pip Hunter. And you would have been able to catch all these pips going up here. Notice price was at the bottom of the auto trend channel, giving it enough space to go for its buy. And this is GBPJPY, a brilliant W with the wave strategy going up here. And what we had here, we was at the bottom of the auto trend channel. We had a MACD crossover here. We had a star here. We had a bacd crossover here. And price crossed through the 14 moving average going up. And you would have been able to catch all these pips going up here. That's 60 pips. If you're talking about where to put your stop loss, if it's at the bottom of the trend channel, you just put it just below this green line here. So you can give yourself about 15 pips. And if it's a sell, you would like to put it just above, just up here. You can even see as I'm talking to you now, look what's happened. We had a crossover here. We've had a star here. We've had bacd crossover here. And price has crossed the 14 MA. And we're at the top of a trend channel. Now you would have been able to get these pips even going down here, which so far is about 15 pips. And your stop loss would have been just above this red line here, so about 20 pips stop loss. And for when you can exit the trade, you just want to exit the trade when the crossover happens again. As you can see, the bacd crossed over here, and you could have exited the trade here, or if you entered here, you could have exited when the crossover happened here, or you can exit a trade when you can see the 14 moving average crossed back over for the bearish side instead of a bullish. Another trade that happened here was New Zealand Swiss franc. As you can see, we have our same thing here. We're at the top of a trend channel. Our MACD is crossed over here. Our bacd is crossed over here. We also had a star here. 14 moving average is here, and price has crossed through it for a bearish motion. And you could have caught this trade going all the way down here. Now, I don't really trade Asian session. I really don't teach to trade it, but if you did want to trade it and you're a bit more skilled, you would have been able to catch this because you had all your confluences to be able to catch this trade. And you would have been able to ride this all the way there, and you would have caught 57 pips. Your stop loss would have been above this red line. So about, let's say 17 to 20 pips you could put, but you would have caught 50 to 60 pips almost coming down. USDCAD, same thing happens here. Notice here, bottom of the trend channel, price comes through here. You've got the MACD crossover here. You've got a star here. You've got the bacd crossover here. Price has crossed the 14 moving average here. And you could have got in the trade and you could have held this trade all the way up here. And even if you wanted to get in the sell later on today, notice what happened. You had the MACD crossover here. You had a star. You had the bacd crossover here. And then you would have got in here. Even if you got in on this one, you still would have made some pips going down here. Swiss franc JPY. What you can see here, we're at the top of a trend channel. We have our MACD crossover here. We have a bacd crossover here. We have a star. Price has crossed through the 14 moving average. And you could have got this trade right in here. SPX 500, you would have been able to catch this trade. You had your MACD crossover here. You had a star here. You had your bacd crossover here. Price has crossed the 14 moving average. And you could have held this trade. Now, you didn't have to come out of this trade until the bacd cross back over, or you had your MACD crossover that was down here, or you had price come back through your 14 moving average, which was around here. So you would have been able to catch this trade going here. And now it's even setting itself up for a secondary trade. Even though it's not at the top, you still had good confluences. Other than that, you had a star, MACD crossover, bacd crossover, prices crossed through the 14 moving average. You still could have got this trade here as well. US 30, the same thing happened, Asian session. Top of the auto trend channel, star. You had your MACD crossover, bacd crossover, prices crossed the 14 moving average. You could have held this trade, could have got out here when it got to the bottom of the auto trend channel, or if you didn't want to get this trade, you still could have got this trade later on. You could have caught this one here, or you could have got both. So it's as simple as that. So yeah, those are the trades that happened today with this strategy. And if you want to know more about this strategy, then I suggest you do join up with the group. The link for the Pip Hunter group is in the description below. So is my gold group as well. And yeah, we get cracking every day with the wave strategy, you know, different versions of it, but this is just another one. Quite liking this version. It is pretty simple. Not too many confluences. Our Black Mer, the guy in the group that gets this done, he does very, very well with it and gives a lot of trade call outs. So I want to give him a big shout out for that as well, because he's helping out a lot of people when it comes to trading with Pip Hunter and learning how to trade the markets with the wave strategy. So yeah, big shout out to you. And if there's any questions or any other things that you guys and girls would like to know, please put them in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And it's your boy, Big John. And I believe I covered about everything. So let's get this bread, man. Let's get these pesos. I'm out. Peace.